is Friday morning, I believe it is the 12th, which is the middle of the month. Here at the villas, they normally every month had what they called a community breakfast on the center Thursday of each month. And they would all gather up there in the clubhouse for breakfast, about from 80 to 100 people, and they'd serve breakfast there, and there was a chance to make any announcements and things of that sort. But about a year ago, this thing called the COVID-19 thing came along and sort of disrupted everything, and we can't have any gatherings here anymore. In fact, the clubhouse is now locked. But they still stuck with food service, but it's brought to the apartments, and the breakfast is also served. Except yesterday morning I forgot that breakfast is coming at about 9:30, and I hadn't had breakfast at my usual time of 7:30. So when that came here, Frida had her breakfast, and I put mine in the refrigerator and going to have it this morning, and I thought I'd cover our community breakfast this morning. Okay, here it is. It's in a styrofoam box. I've already warmed it in the microwave. It came with a biscuit this morning, which I'm going to set aside and open the box. And it looks like we've got a egg casserole of some sort and sausage gravy to go over the biscuit. Now, since I like my biscuit with grape jelly a lot better than I do sausage gravies, I'm going to use the gravy over the casserole and put grape jelly on my biscuit. Sure looks good and smells good. Okay, I'm going to get my biscuit here and my grape jelly. Well, the clock is striking there, and it is 15 till 9, which would be about the time they would be eating anyway. So this worked out just right. Ethel has already been here taking care of Frida's breakfast and did the house cleaning and left me to my own desires here. Got that all coated there with grape jelly. Can't beat grape jelly on a biscuit. Now I'm going to pull some of that sausage gravy over here on the scrambled egg casserole. You know, Kim makes the best egg casseroles that I have ever eaten for breakfast. I'll have to try to get her recipe for what all goes in it. It's got some rice in there, and got scrambled eggs, and got bacon bits, and cheese on top, and it's just a good casserole. And of course some fresh ground black pepper on top of that. You just can't go wrong with that. Even heated in the microwave, that's still a good breakfast. She always makes the best biscuits too. We're lucky to have Kim here as a chef. She is a wonderful cook. She has access to that commercial kitchen up there in the clubhouse, and she does a fantastic job of it. And we order our meal, quite a few meals each month from her to be delivered here to the apartment too, so we don't have to order in or do our own cooking. So I'm going to finish my breakfast while it's good and warm, and then I'm going to tell you a quick little story that I heard on the radio this morning. That was one great breakfast. I really enjoyed that. It happened to be just exactly what I like, and it was delicious. And I want to thank Kim again for such great food that she puts out. Now to my story. These two guys on radio, I listen to them each morning when I first wake up on radio. Actually, I prefer radio to TV anyway. But this segment they had was their dumb criminals stories. And they had the three dumbest criminals on the storyline for the week. And number one came from Lubbock, Texas. Now, that's where Mac Davis comes from, and Buddy Holly, and I don't know, a couple of famous football players and whatnot. But anyway, Lubbock, Texas is never what I would consider to be a funny town. But it does produce some funny people. And this seems to be one of them. This guy goes down to the BMW place to buy a BMW. He drives one. It's one of their demos. It says demo on the door, on the windshield, and they're discounted. He likes it and says he drove it around and he wanted it, says I'll buy it. And the finance guy says, okay, we need $5,000 down. He said, well, I don't have that on me, but I'll go get it. So, and he says, let me drive that demo and I'll go get it. So he left, and about 15-20 minutes later he was back and handed him a handful of wrapped $100 bills, and they were wrapped in bank wrappers, and he says, there it is, $5,000. Well, about that time they get a phone call over in the manager's office. It says, hey, we were just robbed, and the guy was driving one of your used cars that says demo on the windshield, and he parked right in front of the door, and I was looking out at it. He came in and had a mask on for the virus, and he held us up for $5,000, demanded to be in $100 bills, and they gave it to him, and he left. Know anything about it? And I think we got your man sitting in here in the office manager's office right now. So they call the police, and of course they arrest him, and he doesn't get his car either. Don't know how many years he's going to get, but it won't be in a BMW. But I've always liked radio, and God bless America, God bless Texas, and especially somebody who does stupid things like that, even if they are from Lubbock, Texas. And where else would you find a great picture like this? Bye.